You were blessed by the Pope. Can I even touch you? I mean, excuse me. Okay, like this is just, well, okay, now we're just gonna hold on for the last minute. Congratulations to the both of you. You've done wonderful jobs in this film. And before we, start, I just want to know what your earliest memories of the original film. Rodrigo, would you like to start?
Well, I actually went back and watched it again, for this film. And, there's only great things to be said about that film. It's truly a masterpiece. And, it won 11 Oscars for a reason. It is, but, this film is a completely different take on the same story. In that, particularly about my part, I played Jesus in this film, and if you compare, I kind of didn't want to compare, but William Wyler chose not to show the face of Jesus. It's which I read an interview. He said that he was on purpose because he thinks that billions of people all over the world have an image, a relationship, an expectation about how Jesus should be. And but this time, Timur, our director, chose to do that. And but the memory that I have from that film, it's just like, it's beautiful. It's just something that, especially for that time, what they did with the chariot race and the way they shot it. Charlton Heston, just a beautiful cast, and it's a classic.
Yeah, is it a dream come true for you to be in a film like this?
Oh my goodness, it's an epic. I mean, it's like, I'm so connected to antiquity. I was dying to do a period piece set in the era, and again, and kind of echoing what Rodrigo said, Esther is also a more prominent voice in this version than the 59 version. So it was a joy to kind of embody a woman that's stronger and just sort of more independent and strong-willed.
Yeah, and we were saying at the end of it, I was very moved, very emotional. So there is the epic, there is the grandness of this film, and there's the action, no question. It's very emotional.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, we love hearing that. We both cried. We watched the film together for the first time.
Yeah. And
I looked over it because I started crying, but I'm a girl, so I thought maybe it's just the women who are going to cry. And I looked over, and he's also No, but it affects I think men and women in the same way. It's got an emotional arc, right?
Yeah, it really does. In this way, since you brought up the classic from the 50s, I think this film it's much more. Not faithful, but connected to the real novel, which, especially what you're saying, the ending, it's very much like the novel, which is different from the version of the 50s. And that's why you have that, I don't want to spoil for, the audience, but that's why you have that emotional ride, as well as, just an epic journey. It's just, with the action and everything else, but you do get involved with the Judas and his family and all his journey.
Absolutely. Now, to make this journey even more special, the two of you went to the Vatican. You were blessed by the Pope. Can I even touch you? I mean, excuse me. Okay, like this is just, well, okay, now we're just gonna hold on for the last minute. But seriously, like that's, no words.
Exactly. I don't know how to describe the moment. Was truly sublime. It's what can I say? She was right there next to me.
So I was there documenting the whole thing.
Why don't you say what did you? How was it?
So it was about 100 of us audience with the Pope, and Roma was kind enough to organize it. And so the Pope gets to Rodrigo before me, and he's about to shake Rodrigo's hand, and Rodrigo said in Spanish.
Yeah, I just congratulated in Spanish. He's Argentinian, and I just basically congratulated him for his work. Yeah. And then I said, he looked at me, and I had the long beard, I had the hair, and I kind of, felt the need to say, I'm an actor, I'm playing Jesus in a film. He had no idea, but he went, straight.
And then I see him. All I see is the Pope blessing Rodrigo, and I have my iPhone like right there, and I'm snapping photos. But I'm so sort of lost in the moment, and it was so surreal. I loved by the time he got to me, the Pope got to me, and I literally was just like, "What's happening?" And I'm like, "Rodrigo, are you getting this?" But I think he was in such a daze.
I couldn't. I couldn't. It was, well. Here's what it is. It was the longest 8 seconds of my life. Yeah. The reality is that, do you remember the lady right next to me?
Yeah.
So I think he came, when he finished his speech, he goes randomly talking to people because there's millions of people. And there was a lady right next to me, desperate, since the beginning. Yeah. He came to talk to her. Anna was right next to him, and you know that happened. And at the end of the day, I can say that it was just very symbolic, you know, to be playing that part and to happen. People thought that it was planned. You don't plan that kind of thing. I don't have, you know, the Pope's cell phone. We don't do that kind of stuff. It truly happened, so it does have a very, very symbolic and special value, you know, to me.
Yeah, unbelievable. Congratulations to the two of you. You've done a wonderful job.
Thank
I
you.
could talk to you for hours, but thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Lovely talking
much.
to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a great experience.